Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chasing Psychological Safety video series. This week we're here to talk about workplace mental well-being. So a lot has changed, hasn't it, since we all started working, or since some of us started working, I should say. The days are gone of not valuing how well and how mentally well our people are. And we've seen a groundswell towards looking at performance and productivity, but also very much looking at mental health and well-being as intrinsically tied up in those things and in the success of our organizations. And we've really wanted to talk about it this week because there's been quite a moment, really. The World Health Organization has released workplace mental health guidelines. We've never seen them come out in with such a clear stance or really even touch the topic before. So to have this put on the world stage in such a clear way by such an organization as WHO, we feel is a momentous time in the battle or the fight for creating psychologically safe workplaces and healthy teams that have strong well-being.
And on the other hand, if we are to be very honest, and you know us being always on point in terms of admitting when we've learned something, when we started at PeopleNotTech, we spent quite some time trying to dissociate ourselves from the topic of mental well-being in itself, because we felt it is harming the cause of showing how intrinsically connected psychological safety and good dynamic of teams is to high performance and therefore to the bottom line of the enterprises. We felt like if you compound the two topics, you do none of them a great deal of service. We wrote about this, we said that publicly many times. So this might look like a change of stance for us, that we are now clearly saying without a shadow of a doubt that we believe we are in the midst of a crisis of well-being in the workplace with a high impact on obviously even the physiological health of people, but most importantly on the mental well-being of employees. It isn't though a U-turn. What has happened to us is we have learned and we have seen from tens, hundreds of clients that what we believed to be a gain of high performance cannot stand and cannot happen while the vast majority of us are traversing such a momentous crisis instance in their work life. So the pandemic in itself, the resulting bringing to the forefront of existing bubbling, discontent, disengagement, burnout, and the host of mental conditions that are associated with these conditions of high stress at work are unavoidable. They are undeniable, and they are not a basis on which you can build high performance and higher productivity. So while we still absolutely believe that if you want high performing teams, you have to have psychological safety, we have never changed that, we will never change that. And while if you were to match what you see in the WHO guidelines and in every other report to what Aristotle's project has said all along, there's a perfect match. You still have those same need for structure and clarity, for purpose, for impact, and most importantly, for psychological safety. You are not going to create high-performing cultures on top of very unhealthy environments. So this is where we are today. We are in a place where there's a high degree of uncertainty still, but there's more importantly a genuine crisis of well-being. And to tackle that, we have to refocus on very basal human work.
And what's really interesting about trying to create those environments is that we've noticed maybe a bit of a separation in terms of some of the training and some of the guidelines that have been provided. And that separation has been around manager level and individual level. And I think when it comes to the topic, or we think when it comes to the topic of well-being, that you don't need to make that separation. As we always say in terms of teams, we're all in this together. This is about empowering groups of people to get better and to improve, and in this case, to be healthier together. And if we separate out managers and individuals, we're creating division, and that's not good for well-being. But more importantly than that, fundamentally, what we need to know and what we need to do are the same across the board. Maybe slightly different at organizational and team level, that's a separation, but at manager and individual level, it's absolutely the same. We need to, some of the basics, understand what people could be going through, be empathetic, have the right conversations, bring emotional intelligence to the table, have an awareness of what our colleagues could be going through, and then of course having that self-awareness of where we might be at in terms of our burnout, in terms of our mental health, in terms of anxiety, depression, any of those symptoms. And we really think that the skills, the knowledge and the awareness are the same across the board. And the more powerful thing is to upskill and up-knowledge everybody and get everybody in this and on the topic together.
Very true. So as usual, come speak to us. We do have the tool to make you move faster in terms of the human work. But beyond that, the understanding of the need for it is up to you as an individual, up to you as a team, even more so. And yes, up to you as an organization. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.